the Trevor Jackson podcast.
I've been meaning to touch bases on this conversation for over a week now because I seen this going viral and I seen a lot of individuals talking about it. I seen Judge Joe Brown and Dana talking about it, Willie D talking about it, a lot of independent podcasts talking about this conversation. And they're pulling up the clip from Instagram and YouTube shorts and stuff. And when I went to this guy's channel because he's interviewing Van Jones, he only had 2,000 views from this conversation, but it's all over the place. And the conversation is about AI being black folks' reparations. Because Van Jones, I don't agree with nobody politics because I don't agree with division in totality. I feel as if I'm an independent. If I'm going to contribute to the political structure in this country, I'm going to choose what's in the best interest of my people and my loved ones. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not siding with nobody because there's not no value in it for me or my loved ones. Unless y'all add some value to it. I'm not a willing participant. I'm not going to participate in something that's not beneficial to me. But, I may not agree with his politics. I want to see what he's talking about reparations, but I think that AI is for all. Reparations is something specific for black people. That's what I can simplify it as. It's something specific. You can't tell us what is for all is for us. That's what politicians have been doing for years. Creating bills and laws and things that is for the whole instead of something specific to repair the damage that was done to the communities that they destroyed. Let's get into the conversation though, man. See what they talking about. Why everybody talking about this?
Very cinematic quest.
Yes.
This focus on the cultural relevance and resonance of what our people have to offer, this future for all.
Yes.
It's something I'd love you to dig into a little bit. It's not just technical education
Right.
and vague vocational training. It's
Right.
it's not online, classes in coding.
Mm-hmm.
There is something that you've referenced about our culture itself and the value that we have to bring. So how are you ensuring that this education, that this ability to seize the opportunity and write this future is interwoven with that pressure under which we've created such diamonds?
Well, we're starting in Atlanta.
There you go.
So
Geography matters,
Exactly.
place matters,
Yes, place
despite
matters.
living in the cloud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Atlanta is Wakanda. Atlanta is an extraordinary place. One city led by enlightened African American leadership, starting with Maynard Jackson and then going with Andy Young, and then ever since. All those black colleges, Spelman, Morehouse, the whole Clark Atlanta, the whole AU Center, all those black churches and all those black businesses. The only difference between Atlanta and Birmingham is just that city decided we're going to be too busy to hate. And what we're discovering is there is a whole layer of African American aspirational leaders in business, in politics, in technology, in entertainment, who it's very easy for them to see AI not as a hand grenade, but as a jetpack. That they can take what they're doing and go so much faster. Suddenly, you've got something that's starting to look more like a level playing field for the first time. And so that's the practical work that we are doing.
So each of those constituents you named, artists, students, political leaders, business leaders, and business operators, they all face threat.
Yes.
And hand grenade. They face police. They face unequal protection under the law. They face disparate lending rates or not access to capital at all.
Right.
And so if positioning AI as the jetpack, even just to overcome the BS.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to stop at why they being goofy for a minute. So I was doing some Googling, and Van Jones, through his Dream Machine Innovation Lab initiative, has a significant focus on AI education and empowerment in Atlanta, specifically aimed at providing Black and brown communities with free hands-on opportunities to learn about artificial intelligence. That's interesting. So They say the key initiatives in Atlanta include a library project. That initiative bring AI training and tools directly to community spaces like Kirkwood Branch Library in Atlanta, teaching valuable skills to small business owners, students, and other community members. Wow. Dream Machine AI Academy. Van Jones hosted a major free one-day AI block party and academy in Atlanta around Juneteenth, specifically the Loudermilk Conference Center, to equip people of color with the skills to be at the forefront of the AI revolution. The event featured workshops on AI filming, music, business, and more, led by experts from major tech companies. The goal, the overall aim in partnership with companies like Google, is to democratize access to AI tools and ensure the minority communities are not left behind in the AI-driven future, with Jones expressing a desire to make Wakanda real in Atlanta. Let me let them continue to talk and converse or whatever, though, and see if this is a good thing for the community or is he's talking about some blasphemous behavior.
Yeah.
It's like you can outflank the
Right.
racism,
Yes.
at least temporarily. There's an asymmetry possible,
Yeah.
to show up a bit more prepared,
Yes.
or over prepared. Which,
Yeah.
when I think about, this reminds me, most black kids who grew up in this country get some version of the parents' wisdom, which my mother phrased as, you have to work twice as hard,
Yes.
to get half as far.
Yes. I got. But listen,
Which mathematically is 4x inefficiency, right? I'm working twice as hard to cover half the distance. So that is a 4x effort relative to a white person in the same circumstances. I need a jetpack.
yeah, you do.
Right.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
Otherwise,
do.
I'm going to burn out
Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, look,
physically, financially, emotionally, psychologically.
Yeah.
Interesting. You said something that I want to remind you of and then ask you about.
okay.
You said AI is the closest thing to reparations black people are going to get.
Yes.
Van Jones, defend that statement, sir.
Well, first of all, we ain't getting nothing. so even 1 micrometer closer to beyond nothing is I win. Okay,
Well played.
I mean, so I don't know if you
Despite the best analysis and writing of our brother Ta-Nehisi
Hey,
Coates.
listen, listen, man. I mean, I don't know if you noticed who won the last election, but
Probably not on the agenda.
not on the
reparations.
agenda.
Yeah.
So we can't even get little crappy DEI programs
Right.
that barely produce any positive results and don't take anything from anybody. So you probably are not going to get a check. That's probably not going to happen. But what's the next best thing? A fair shot. AI puts us at even Steven. You may not have gone to the fanciest school in the world, but right now you can have ChatGPT on your phone and you don't even have to be able to write. You can literally just push the button and start talking, asking questions, and you can, for free. Now, if you want to throw a little bit more money in, it'll go faster. But for free, there are tools that will have you functioning at the level of somebody who did get the 4 years of college, who did go to the fancy high school. I'm not saying it's going to happen in 1,000 years. I'm saying that's today, right now. Get it on your phone and fool around with it. That's as close as we're going to get to reparations. Now, here's the challenge for us.
Yeah.
This gap, which may or may not exist, but there's a fear there's going to be a gap between AI adoption with white folks versus black folks. If it occurs, this will be a different digital divide, brother, than the one we were fighting. It's not a hardware problem because everybody's got a smartphone. It's not a software problem. It's a wetware problem. It's the wetware between your ears, your brain, telling you this is either a threat or some white shit.
I want to stop it for a minute because when I was listening to everybody's platforms, they was talking about AI can't be reparations, and they was disgruntled about what he was saying. And I understand that people are passionate about reparations, but what a lot of people was spewing on their channel and stuff isn't actually what he was saying. So the brother said that you said this is the closest, that's the key word, the closest thing to reparations that black people is going to get. I'm going to say it again, the closest thing to reparations that black folks are going to get. On my channel, a lot of my shows, I talk about reparations. when I first heard of Charlie Kirk, it was when he was in Knoxville, Tennessee, talking about reparations. My biggest episode is with Killer Mike and Bill Maher talking about reparations, and it's something that I speak on often and something that I prioritize on my channel because I think it's a debt that's owed and something that is deserved. But looking at the climate of the country right now with the government shutdown, you know, the leadership and the oligarchs of the country don't even want to pay the people that's working for them, let alone give somebody a debt that's owed. So we can't be, as people, expecting something from people that don't want to give it. We got to keep going and wake up every day and keep striving and fighting for what's in our best interest. Do I think people should embrace artificial intelligence? Yes, most definitely. Because like he said, they ain't trying to give us nothing, man. They ain't even trying to pay the people, the federal employees that's working right now. It's people that's working for free. The government is shut down and they tongue wrestling and arguing. And I heard, what's his name? They call him Timu Obama. They arguing over trying to get people to be on their side because they losing ground in the Democratic Party and the Republicans and all of that. It's just foolishness. But right now, artificial intelligence, it's an even playing ground. It's an even playing field, I mean. So to me, it's in your best interest to learn it. Why? It's an opportunity to learn it and use it in your daily process and in your daily things that you're doing, because, you know, on this platform, I use it. I use it to do a lot for my podcast. I use it to write up contracts and do all kind of things, to edit my grammar and all type of stuff. I ask questions when I don't know things, and I have an idea. I might share it with artificial intelligence. But let them continue to converse, because he's talking about the divide and the mind and people that feel like it's a negative thing to embrace it. And I want to see what he got to say about the positive aspect of it.
Not telling you it's a jetpack, not telling you this is reparations, not telling you you can make Wakanda real, not telling you that this is finally the pairing of the native, organic, passionate creativity of a people finally with technology that can keep up with us. This is the first technology that can keep up with us.
Yeah.
So there's a wetware challenge that we got to overcome. We got to change folks' minds more than we have to change anything else.
I want this to be so true. I feel like it can be true. And I'm trying to already operate as if it is already true. And I want to entertain some criticism.
Good.
And some skepticism. So one line of criticism, this AI you're speaking of,
yes,
especially this generative, more popular Johnny-come-lately AI, is overhyped.
Sure.
It is super funded. It is consolidated in a handful of companies.
Yes.
Who have no historical commitment to any of these values.
Yes.
And in fact, a recent lack of commitment to them, bailing on what little DEI efforts were in place. Why would building on their foundation have different or positive results for people they historically have dismissed, denied, and undermined?
So I agree with you that Silicon Valley has taken a very dark turn, a very ugly turn. I remember Occupy Wall Street in 2011, marching on Wall Street, and people said, well, these people just hate rich people. And I could say at that time, no, they're not marching on Silicon Valley. They don't mind people, right? They don't mind people having money.
Yeah.
They just mind people cheating and breaking the rules and stealing
And making us all pay for
and
it.
making us all pay for it. So they don't hate winners, they hate cheaters.
Yeah.
And so the distinction was Wall Street's cheating, Silicon Valley's winning.
Right.
And so but that's no longer true. The anger and the ire is more directed at Silicon Valley. Why? Because they used to be on the side of progress, at least nominally. And they've made a very hard decision over the past 18, 24 months that they're going to jump in bed with forces that are objectively hostile to Black people, to women's progress, to planetary progress.
To life on Earth.
To life on Earth. And so that is a major problem. And when you have someone like an Elon Musk fooling around with Nazi salutes, and you have really smart, capable people who have decided that they're just fed up with the critiques and they'd rather just say screw you, and then that's
They want to take their ball and go home.
Yeah.
But that ball is our democracy.
yeah, exactly. So that's, I would say all that is not good. That is suboptimal. Okay.
I'm glad that you
Yes.
see it that way.
Yes.
As do I.
Yes. However, no one thing is ever one thing. There's-
Okay, you still on that Buddhist meditation retreat.
Yes, exactly. Right. But no one thing is ever one thing.
Yeah.
There's dynamics, there's contradictions, there's possibility. And so what you don't want to do in a freedom struggle
Yeah.
is to be too optimistic or too pessimistic because you'll come up with bad strategy. What you want to be is determined.
Okay.
I want to stop it because, he is making some valid points. Like, to me, I ain't expecting everybody to agree with me. And if you want to correct me, you can correct me. And I would like to learn because my platform is learning in real time. Having a platform where people can comment and I will be able to go in the comment section and converse with you guys and learning in real time if you disagree. But I feel like, when they started talking about Wall Street and everything, like, people don't want to embrace the stock market and options trading and all of that old type of stuff. And that is a hindrance to you as a person. All of these opportunities in America should be used, should be embraced. People should try, even if they fail at it. And AI is something that I feel like people should embrace. He spoke about Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is doing something very interesting in Memphis as of recently. And he has a space where he's creating this AI, open AI called Colossal and Colossal 2. And it's like damaging the people around where the location is at. People are getting sick. It's going to be a big thing. And I don't know if a lot of people are aware of it. And I'm going to do a video on that also here soon, though. But the reason I feel like black folks should embrace everything that the world has to offer is because we are the most creative and we are the most influential. Now, by us being the most creative and the most influential, we got to hold on to things, though, and not sell. And we got to use things because, like he said when I started playing that clip, AI is something that can catch up with us because we are the most creative. It's just my opinion, man. Like, embrace everything. I feel like we deserve reparations. It's a bit old, though. But what y'all think about that, though? Are we going to get reparations? Let me continue to play the video.
I'm determined that my people are going to live free. And frankly, all other people are going to live free. I'm determined that there's going to be a planet worthy of my kids to be able to survive on. And that planet should not be called Mars. It should be called Earth. The big danger is that you run over hope.
Yeah.
It's hope is a state of mind. It's not. It doesn't reference anything externally.
Yeah.
But if you have hope, then you might find an answer. If you don't have hope, then you won't.
Yeah.
And we need to have a mindset that's trying to find answers, even as Silicon Valley is taking, I think, a very negative turn.
At Life with Machines, we believe technology should benefit us.
Oh, no. Buddy got too many commercials on his show. This was an interesting conversation, man. I feel like reparations is a bit old. I'm going to continue to say that. I feel like it's more than just slavery also. I feel like it's from the destruction of the communities like Wall Street, the Wilmington Massacre, the Red Summer, and all of that. And I doubt that we get it during these next 3.5 years. I feel like we are indigenous to this land of America. A lot of us didn't come over here on boats, and we know that now. And we are just as valuable as the people that came over here and went to war and took what they got until they make themselves whole with us. I feel like America is going down a dark path. And if you want to create a bright path for yourself, you got to embrace everything because you can't be dependent upon the government. This was an interesting conversation, man. I may not agree with Van Jones politically all the time, though, but I appreciate this, though. You know, if I was in Atlanta, and I'm close to Atlanta, too, in the Carolinas, but if he has an event, I'm going to go to it. I want to hear what they're talking about in AI. I want to be up to speed on it. Let's further the discussion in the comment section, though. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to my show. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.